long dissolved advisory committee, BAC. These are the people that will hold space with 3 people inside, and they've changed their name to the BRGIE. You will always see them with 3 persons in their space. They will last the 2 hours with 3 persons after they will close. These are the people that were dissolved. Now, dated, their own letter dated July 3, 2025, in which he declared that I have been suspended. This is then when I was at APM. When I say I know that I'm talking about the current Prime Minister. I have been suspended for 4 months. Neither myself or a majority of the cabinet recognize as legitimate this declaration, which is nothing more than an attempted coup d'etat against both myself and His Excellency Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, as Imam Mada will seek to have the office of the Brigadier Prime Minister replaced by a governing committee or BAC, which is not possible. A committee cannot replace. A committee cannot take over the office of the Prime Minister. It is not possible because the Prime Minister nominated that committee and put the members there. So he has every right to dissolve them. It is not shared, it is not done anywhere. So the letter continues, this declaration is absurd and not in accordance with our BRGE bylaws, which Mr. Imam Madabu claims. So if you don't have the copy of our bylaws, go and look for it. Go to our website, you'll find it there. And it says, the BRGE bylaw states, the acting Prime Minister shall function in the capacity of the Prime Minister for as long as, so I've read that, so I'm going to skip it. Now, furthermore, the so-called vote Mr. Imam Madabu conducted suspending the office of the Brigadier Prime Minister was not done with the broader cabinet, but simply among friends and associates of Imam Madabu 2025 coup plotters. A small handful of cabinet and non-cabinet members cannot overrun and override the rest of the cabinet and the office of the Prime Minister. Imam Madabu, furthermore, Imam Madabu and his associates are selective in their enforcement of the bylaws and should enforce the bylaws on themselves before they can do so unto others. Imam Madabu put aside our bylaws and forge ahead to do whatever was pleasing to them. So, for example, this is an example. Ruby Nnadi, who was the then Minister of Education and one of the senior 2025 coup plotters, is a member of the People Clubs of Nigeria. And the one very individual responsible for originating, introducing Ngozi Rabeze to Briggy and Prime Minister Ekpa. If not for David Nnadi, Ngozi Rabeze would have never joined Briggy. Ruby Nnadi and Ngozi Rabeze are in close proximity to each other and both live in Atlanta, Georgia. According to Briggy bylaws, individuals who have been a member of any Nigerian political party or organization within the past 5 years cannot have any position in the Briggy government because such individual poses security threat to the government. Dr. Nnadi's ongoing participation in Nigerian organization is in violation of the bylaws and requires her resignation unless she ceases her participation in the Nigerian organization. Now, the genesis of the 2025 coup, this is where Imam Madabu played a very critical role, came about in the spring of 2025. This was about March last year, when members of the now dissolved BAC, such as Choma Okoma, the fake professor, and the husband, 2 of them are fake people, Imam Madabu, Robbie Nnadi, Joey Robbie, Azubike, Nwada Obi, that ones that carry face like Hamatan Pupu. She doesn't even smile safe. And several others demanded, this is what they wanted. This is the reason they were dismembered. They demanded the creation of additional bank accounts under their control and new profit similar to the model of Ngozi Rabeze New Dimension mandate. The members of the BAC suggested that Ruby Nnadi be in charge of such accounts and that they control it. This made me and other Briggy alarmed. Both myself and others in the cabinet did not understand the motive for such a request. It was bizarre that out of all the numerous people in the government they could pick to be on the new account, they will insist that it be Ruby Nnadi, a long-term associate of Ngozi Rabeze and an ongoing member of the People's Club of Nigeria. These BAC members kept changing their stories and reasons for wanting new Briggy accounts controlled by Nnadi, sometimes even providing contradicting narratives, and as a result, I was reluctant to grant BAC requests on this front and did not do so. Furthermore, Ruby Nnadi, why am I reading all this? Is for the sake of those that said CLC would have conducted election. I want to let you know the atrocities that CLC committed in Brigi, and they were dismembered. So they are not part of Brigi, and they will never conduct election in Brigi. They have their group now. Ruby Nnadi and Imam Madabo made aggressive attempt to get in contact with senior leaders of BDF, who rebuffed them. Penetrating the defense and finance has been a typical goal of those who have been attempted to destroy Brigi movement, whether on behalf of the Nigerian government or their personal motivations. So we have not only seen the same playbook from God's Rabeze, but in past iterations in different phases of the Biafra movement, such as when certain individuals in IPOB sold out NNAMDI KANU to Nigeria and ESN commanders, many of whom lost their lives to Southeast governors. After it became clear to the BAC that I will not hand over access of Brigi finance and sensitive information in the homeland to them, as they intended such access to be managed by Ruby Nnadi. This is a people club, a Nigerian people club, the chair lady, a long-time associate of Ngozi Rabeze. They turned from friendly to viciously hostile and actively worked from that moment to orchestrate a coup d'etat to overthrow the government. I hope you are hearing, or those that will listen to the space later, because I think most of us here already know the story, but for the benefit of doubt, for those who will say,
Oliver,
no, they are the legitimate people. That is why I'm sparing this time.
YouTube.
The BAC, in violation of the bylaws, started to have meetings where they would vote and make decisions for Brigi without my presence and that of the cabinet. According to the bylaws, the Brigi Advisory Council is the body that advises the PM on government policies and businesses. The Brigi Advisory Council was formed on December 5th. This was when we came back from convention 2024. The members are not public information. The BAC can merely advise Prime Minister or acting Prime Minister, not make decisions on behalf of the cabinet. So essentially, the BAC worked to establish a shadow government or government within a government. The BAC member including the CLC chair, this Mad Imam Madabu, who is a member of BAC, then created a new bank account for Brigi with Ruby Nnadi as one of the people in charge without the authorization of myself or the cabinet. How can a secret group of people in an advisory committee have more power than the acting prime minister and the cabinet and make decisions on behalf of Brigi? The BAC then had the website administrator Azubike hijack the Brigi website and added a new account controlled by Ruby Nnadi. In addition to promoting Ruby Nnadi, BAC further added to the suspicions of mine and members of the cabinet by promoting Mary Ike, that is Adaji Aramba, as well as Ada Onowu. These are two criminals, you see, who were instrumental in Ngozi Rabeze's December 2024 coup attempt against Brigi, who later on supposedly fell back to Brigi. The BAC then included Ada Onowu alongside with Ruby to control their newly created account while covertly supply information to Daji Arama to attack myself and Brigi. Again, why out of all the available people were the members of BAC hell-bent on having long-time associate of Ngozi Rabeze in charge of Brigi accounts? Now, as a response to this egregious action, Brigi then dissolved the BAC and suspended several of its members. On behalf of BAC, Mr. Nwaidi then locked and seized platform of Brigi members and even kicked me out of Brigi email. The 2025 coup plotters formalized their coup with Imam Madabo in July 3, 2025. Later. I'm almost done. Now, the action of Imam Madabo and the dissolved BAC have created an uproar among the Biafran people. Some Biafra have openly speculated that the members of the dissolved BAC are fifth columnists working for Rabweze, who coincidentally decided to fully activate their own coup right after the progress of Brigi. major federal lawsuit against Ngozi Rabezwe and her co-defendant to stop the lawsuit, essentially asserting that Ngozi Rabezwe is orchestrating a coup against Brigi by proxy through the 2025 coup plotters to destroy Biafra government to stop the lawsuit against her. While I am not personally making such an assertion, Biafrans are in the public domain. The CLC chairman Madabu, along with the members of BAC, have displayed severe misconduct. Imam Madabu and his associates are compromised and not in a position to render any judgment, and have no right to do so unilaterally over myself and the cabinet. Imam Madabu attempt to suspend the office of the Brigadier Prime Minister, of which His Excellency Simon Ekpa still hold, and in whose capacity I am acting. So Brigadier can be governed by a committee of his choosing, is not only in an attempted coup d'etat against me, but His Excellency Simon Ekpa. I will provide an address this coming week to the Biafran people further discussing the topic. All members of BAC and other individuals who participated in the coup can be subject to suspension and sanction. The appropriate consequences are being deliberated upon myself. Now, Imam Madabu's memo should be considered completely illegitimate. That is the story of Imam Madabu. So he is in no way to be in Brigi. He was dismembered. The other letter is there, because of time, I cannot go and read that one because we have a town hall meeting today. So I wanted Biafra to know that there is nothing like CLC. They were all dismembered because of the coup that they planned against the government, which is BLG, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. When you see them gather 3 persons in the space, run away because they have nothing to offer. They are all there to scam Biafrans. If you receive any call from them for any meeting, do not go. Now we have a prime minister, yes, who is in charge of the Biafra Republic government in exile. And Patrick Smith said our lobbyists are extremely effective, and our lobbyists are working with the Biafra Republic government in exile prime minister, which is Oge Nkere. African Confidential confirmed that our message has taken flight. We forced Donald Trump to make a statement. We forced Nigeria to spend millions of dollars in response. And we did all that with little percentage a month. That tells you something. It should tell you that when you have truth on your side, when you have strategy, when you have talented people who understand how Washington works, money alone can't beat you. It's not possible. Nigeria has 11.4 times more money in this fight. But Patrick Smith, who has no reason to favor us, confirmed we are winning. He has no reason because he's a British national. British always collude with Nigeria to project Nigerians credibility when they know that it is false. No money, no amount of money can make a lie sound true. No amount of lobbying can cover up 50,000 dead plus. No amount of spinning can hide decades of oppression. So we have something Nigeria can never buy. We have the truth. We have, and that truth that we have, when it is communicated strategically by skilled advocates, beat money every single time. It must beat it. So when I say meet our lobbyist, meet Mazi Elias and his team, I'm not just introducing to you names. No. I am introducing you to people who are out there strategizing, who are out there maneuvering, who are out there performing $9 million operation with a fraction of the resources. That's what they are doing. And that deserves our respect. That deserves our appreciation. And most importantly, that deserves our support. This is the reason why you must join the committee of our lobbying firm this night in the next 1 hour. 1 hour, 30 minutes. You have to join the fundraising, the town hall meeting, and support that committee. Don't wait for a prophet to tell you, oh, this, that. No, you can hear it from the mouth of what? A British national telling you how effective our lobbyists are. They are doing it perfectly well. The strategies that they are using are all working. They have a lot of strategies that they are using. They have message alignment strategy, which is the foundation of everything. And Patrick Smith explained this beautifully in his interview. Our lobbyists didn't lead lead with a we want independence. You know why? No, because we want independence makes it about us. And American policymakers, honestly, they don't care about us. They care about their interest. So instead of saying Biafra deserve independence, our lobby said Christians are being massacred in Nigeria. And the government is either unable or unwilling to stop it. And we know that they are unwilling to stop it. Do you see the difference now in their message? One is about self-determination, which is very nice, very, very okay, but doesn't affect America. The other is about Christian persecution, which now connects to something America already cared deeply about. That is why our lobbyists are extremely effective. So this guy, Patrick, explained this very well. He said, our message about Christians being targeted got quite a lot of traction. That is the word that this guy used, with religious right in the US. You see? And that is really, helped. It really helped in terms of getting that profile. So when you think about the genius of this, you see that evangelical Christians make up a huge portion of Trump's base. They vote in massive number. They are organized people. They are politically active in what they are doing. And protecting persecuted Christians is one of their top priorities, whether you believe it or not. So our lobbyists now took the reality of what is happening in Nigeria and make no mistake. Christians are being killed every day, even as I'm speaking. They are being killed. And they frame it in a way that resonates with one of the most powerful voting blocs in America. It's not manipulation. They didn't manipulate anything. I would say it is an alignment. They aligned it perfectly well. So we have the truth that matters to us. Oppression of Biafrans. They have a truth that matters to them as well. Persecution of Christians. So we found the overlap and make it clear that supporting Biafra means protecting Christians. And it worked. Patrick Smith confirmed it, that the religious right and the Christian lobbying groups are extremely powerful. He started with this before he now linked it to our lobbies. And that's why our message took the flight, that he said, and put Nigeria on toes. So Nigeria can't counter this message effectively because it is the truth. Christians are dying. The numbers don't lie. So Nigeria can spend millions trying to spin it, but they cannot make that fact go away. They also use strategic targeting. After aligning the message, they now use what I call strategic targeting, because when you must target, what is your target? You can't just walk in and begin to start something without having a target. Yes, because alignment only works if you are talking to the right people. So you can have the perfect message, but if you are delivering it to a people who don't have power or don't even care, it doesn't matter. People that say, oh, your story does not matter, it will not work. So our lobbies gave, a strategic target. Who did they go to? I am not the one that said it, even though we know they had to connect with Senator Ted Cruz because he's the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. It means he controls what foreign policy issues get attention in the Senate. He decides Nigeria is a problem. Nigeria becomes a problem for the whole Senate. Ted Cruz is a hardcore conservative Republican, evangelical adjacent as well. So he cares about religious freedom issues. You see? And he also has presidential ambition, which means he needs evangelical support as well. And our lobbies now actually donated to Ted Cruz campaign as well. So they have a relationship. So when our lobbies now go to Cruz and say, oh, you know what, Christians are being massacred in Nigeria, Cruz doesn't just hear that fact. He hears an issue that aligns with his values. He hears an issue that resonates with his base. And that gives him an opportunity to be a leader on an issue he supports and his supporters care about as well. That is perfect targeting. The same thing with Mike Johnson. Go to our website, you will see the pictures. Now, I am not lying. He's also a devout evangelical Christian, which is also very close to Trump, the number 3rd man in the US. And he also controls the House legislative agenda. Perfect target. So our Bongma Azalias didn't just, waste time trying to convince people who don't care or don't have the power. He went straight to the people who have both power and predisposition to care. And it is working. It worked to the extent that Patrick Smith could not hide it. He couldn't hide it. They also have another strategy I will call sustained engagement. This thing is a process. Because Smith, I told you, all that I'll be saying today will be an extract from Smith, Patrick Smith. He used a specific phrase that really caught my attention. He said, long-running lobbying campaign. That was what Patrick Smith said, which I now gave my own name, sustained engagement. The message was passed. Now the second one, the message was aligned with the targeted people. And now, did it just align and walk away? No, it was sustained. And he said it, long-running lobbying campaign. Not recent, not new, long-running. It has been in the race, no break. So that tells us that this has been going on for years. And that is absolutely critical because, lobbying is not about one meeting that changes everything, just like what Nigerian terrorist government is doing. Lobbying is about becoming a trusted source over time. You build a relationship over time. If you have a relationship, let's say the first meeting, men that knows how to chat. Hi, I'm from Biafra. I'm from Biafra Advocacy. Here is our story. And then maybe the second meeting now will be, oh, here is updated data on Christian killings. And then the third one may be, oh, here is how this connect to US strategic interest or policy. And the fourth one will be, oh, here is a draft legislation you could sponsor. And let's say the fifth one will now be, oh, thank you for that statement. Here is how it helped. So, but the 10th and the 15th and the 20th meeting, go on. You are not, you are not some random activist anymore. You are a trusted source of information. That is what is happening to our lobbies today. So when senators need data on Nigeria, they will call our lobbies instead of the Nigerian embassy because they believe in our lobbies. They believe in our government. And that takes years to build. Our lobby built this for how many years? And according to reporting, you see, this relationship goes back to at least 2024 when Briggy first engaged with Moran Global Strategies. So Nigeria can't buy this with millions of dollars, 9 million that they are projecting. They can buy meeting, that is very sure, because money made them to gather very fast. But they can't buy years of trust that already been built. They are coming into this game very, very late, and we are already 10,000 steps ahead of them. Our lobbies also have credible messengers. That's another strategy that our lobbies had for this man to say they are extremely effective. So when you look at our Bongma Elias and look at Amanda Biri, they are perfect people for the job. Very, very perfect. Elias is very young. Yes. His brain is still cha. He is one of, he is of the same generation as many congressional staffers there. He speaks their language, so he understands social media. He's a Republican fundraiser, so he knows the players in the Republican circle very well. Now, if you look at Amanda Biri, you understand who he is. Do you understand what that means? So he sat across the table from the US government and negotiated billions of dollars in compensation during that Libya thing for one of the most sensitive terrorist attacks in history. So this is not someone who gets intimidated easily. This is someone who knows how to operate at the highest level of international diplomacy. Immediately Ngozi saw his letterheaded paper, Ngozi started to pee in her panties, because he knows who Amanda Biri is. So these are not just random activists showing up with passion without plan. No, these are skilled professionals who understand how Washington works, so they can deliver. When Senator Cruz staff will ask, can you get us a detailed data on Christian killings in Southeast in Biafra land for the past 3 years, broken down state by state? Our lobbies will say, see it, you already have take. So when they say we'll provide you with policy recommendation, they deliver. When they promise follow up, they follow up. That's credibility, and it is priceless. They also have this other strategy, creating measurable pressure. Now, me, they give this title, the way I understand how our lobbyists are extremely, what do you call it, effective. You see, our lobbyists aren't just having nice meetings, they are creating outcomes. They are creating outcomes. You saw what happened when Trump threatened the military intervention. And you could see the time frame. You could see how the Nigerian terrorist government are just scrambling here and there. Patrick confirmed all this when he said that our message has taken flight and pushed the government into acting. Our lobbies put Nigerian government on toes. Every single one of these outcomes is measurable. Every single one is a direct result of strategic lobbying. Every single one is a proof that what we are doing is working. We need funding to put more fire.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So it is not about luck. This is strategic. It is skilled with a sustained lobbying, not roadside. So we have, in fact, let me not talk again, because if I want to keep on narrating this thing, we will not finish the space today. So we have right message delivered to the right people over a sustained period by credible messengers, creating measurable outcomes. I will yield my mic for my co-host before I continue, in case anybody have anything to contribute. Because if I want to continue, people will not talk today. Yeah. Please share this. We are just joining. My co-host, take over.
Thank you very much. Let's just allow Mazen Kudinamba to go, because his hand has been there for a very long time. Let's hear from you. Mazen Kudinamba, please, can you just unmute and let's hear your contribution, what you're talking about. Are you there?
Okay, yes, my people, all protocol observed. Yes, like we said, our lobbyist has proven to be new. One thing again is to be to us, we address him as a one the number, with one the number, Elias. Yes, he has proven.
Mazi,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you for some seconds.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay. Any humanistic life values individual, we know that what Biafrans are fighting for are something that is rightful for anyone who truly care about humanity to support. Yes, that is why you see them working with that passion. And despite the insults that Nigerians, enemy of Biafran, sponsored against him, he kept consistency personified. And you see, he's fighting more than even some Biafrans. So it will be something shameful that you call yourself a Biafran. You call yourself an Igbo man, despite the money you are paying. Because if you talk about money, it's not all about that money, but it shows that, yes, the passion for freedom, it supports our cause. And you as a Biafran, you are there watching a foreigner fighting for you, and they cannot even come up to encourage yourself, encourage that foreigner that's fighting for you, to be ashamed of yourself. All these things are things that your children will see tomorrow. They will urinate on your grave if you fail to rise up. Because when you look at the issue of our lobbyists, they are not fighting because we are actually paying them hugely. I know whatever we're paying them, that one is known for the government, not for public consumption. But let me tell you something: they are fighting with passion that you as a Biafran need to be encouraged. You get up to encourage him, just like our BDF, who refused to be bribed, who rejected every bribery, everything offered to them by Hope Nigeria through hopeless source of danger, and our leader Mazinan Kanaprasa Monekpa, who refused to be the richest man in Africa, but say no, that they stand for the freedom of their people. So if you are not right Tomorrow, your children will not trust on you in your grave. They will denounce you. They will denounce. They will dump your name. Okay, because these are the things you need to see and encourage and stand to fight. Bring that money that you are saving that is not useful for you in Nigeria Bank where you put it, not benefiting you anything. Bring it and support in IOU loan. Bring it and support what we're doing to enable us to achieve this once and for all, because we have seen the green light everywhere. Okay, yes, anybody supporting Biafra is supporting based on facts, not based on propaganda, not based on emotion. But you are fighting based on propaganda. Yes, he can bribe every bribeable. Like I told them, there are some people that will collect that bribe, but they will still do the right thing because natural justice will compel them to do so. Yes, natural justice will enforce them to do so, because what Biafrans are going through is more than millions of lives have died. Nobody have ever lost 5 million children and pregnant women. You may lost all that, but 5 million children and pregnant that has no sin, that commit no crime, that is enough for you to think, to know that these people, they deserve, so that those people, women and children, will have justice. Every justice for them is Biafra restoration. And that is why I'm here to tell you that if all this thing is my lecturer tutor is saying here, and the thing that we just talking, it not change, you not pick something from it to know that for a foreigner to come and carry a course like this, what are you doing? Are you doing? Are you there only faking accent, only on social media to come to take bribe, allow foreigner to bribe you with a false property, like the pig in Greek, and the one that call himself Ntompolo? You are comfortable in get manning their father's property, but they cannot fight to control so that their people will benefit from it and live a better life. Are you among them? Or those who are shouting Uti, don't know, ask yourself why that Uti is bringing terrorists into our land. Why Hopeless is bringing terrorists in our land. You don't ask yourself why that Uti invited the head of genocide, the man who must have led the genocide against our people. Why inviting him into his inauguration? What transpired? Can you ask yourself such questions and answer it? To know whether you are doing the right thing by allowing yourself to be deceived by that takia they are playing there. The more you look, the less you see. Okay, rise up. The only solution is Biafra restoration. You can never correct a foundational fault from root or on the wall. If you like that motor car that the engine has spoiled, go and give it the highest auto base. Paint it without repairing that engine or changing the engine. You remain a jalopy. Thank you so much.
Anyanwu Poly News from YouTube.
Thank you, Mazen Kudunamba. Thank you very much for that your wonderful submission. You see, you have just said it all. So, and without wasting much time, because we are really managing our time, so that time will really permit us, because very soon I know it will really start to really get hot. So let me see, Mazi Rage, you have the mic. Your hand is
Okay, thank you very much, my dear brother. 1 million, Mazin. So, good evening from my NPR fans. Greetings to all Biafra fans all over the world, freedom lovers and friends of Biafra. Special greetings to our leaders from time immemorial, from the days of Gimodime Bojuku, Philip Young of blessed memory, to our beloved Onyedu Mazima the KANU, who is still from the prison. For the record, he was kidnapped by Nigeria from Kenya, rendition to Nigeria, and sentenced to life imprisonment for standing up against the genocide against Christians and his Biafran brothers and sisters who are predominantly Christians, traditionalists, and Jewish. Special greetings to.
Can you change your location? Can you change your location? Shift and stay where it is less noise.
Shift and stay where it is less noise. Okay, is it better like this? Is it okay? Is it okay like this now? I hope I can go ahead like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So special greetings to our dear former Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. We really want to say a very big thank you to him for doing his bit, playing his part. Freedom fight is like a relay. When you run, you hand over the baton, especially when you are being capacitated by certain reasons such as incarceration or detention, like witness from him. That if he was a free man, we know that he will still be here actively carrying out his day-to-day duty for the freedom of the Biafran people. So we really want to say a very big thank you to him for the role he has played, and we pray to God that when he comes out, he's still going to continue to do what he knows how to do best for the Biafran people. Special greetings to our Prime Minister, the current and active serving Prime Minister, who was just democratically and recently elected by the Biafran people, His Excellency Oge Nkere. Special greetings to him and his beautiful and wonderful wife, because behind every successful man there is a woman. We must give all the kudos and all the accolade to that woman, because that woman has been a strong pillar behind him, you know. So we say a very big thank you to them. Or thank you, the host, tutors, and co-host, and also, and all the comrades that are here present, Mazionyeka, Uburu, Meriteka, Mommy Eunice, and every other comrade that's here present. Due to time factor, I will not be able to mention your name. As a matter of fact, we must understand that the war between Biafra and Nigeria in 1960, it's not that our soldiers did not fight very well. They fought very well and they took control of our territory. You must understand that. And if you see some countries today like Amazonia, they have taken control of large portion of their territories today. Likewise, the Somaliland that was just recognized, they had total control of their territories. So what stopped them from being nations? That is the recognition, that is the diplomatic aspect of it. So as a matter of fact, what we have today on a platter, or with our little sacrifice, is something that our past leaders have dreamt of, that they could not have, who happens to be the Prime Minister Oge Nkere, Mazi Elias, Olorogu Elias Gerasulis, Amanda Biri. These are the missing link that made us want to be free. So today we see people putting their faces out there to fight for our freedom, taking the risk, like the Prime Minister, His Excellency Oge Nkere, Mazi Elias Gerasulis, Amanda Biri. The only thing that we need to do at this very point in time is to throw our full support behind them, because even most of us that are even supporting, our faces are not out there. But these people put their faces out there, they put their security out there, they are taking the risk. What do we have to do? Is to throw our support, 110% support behind them, to see that this freedom, we get it once and for all. And one thing I need people to understand, that who recognizes you matters a lot. In the war of 1967 to 1917 between Biafra and Nigeria, I learned that we had a recognition from about 3 nations or before nations or thereabout. You understand? So in spite of the recognition from all these nations, you ask yourself the question, why are we still not a nation today? That is where who recognizes you matters most. You understand? Like the recognition of the Somaliland by the Israel, by the Prime Minister of Israel. That seal it all, because Israel is a world power. I just imagine America recognizing Biafra today. That seal it up. No matter how many countries that will recognize you, that it's not about the number of countries that recognize you, but about the quality and the weight of that country that recognizes you. You understand? So as a matter of fact, this is God's time, this is freedom time, and we all must queue behind our leaders and make sure that we give them the maximum financial support, moral support, and let people be disciplined as well. You understand? Let people try to be focused, because a situation whereby you are not here, you become one of the confused people of particular concern, CPC. You must put your attention in one place. Don't be here, because this is what I found out about some of our people. They are not stable. They want to be everywhere. They want to listen to this one. They want to listen to this one. Hence, they get carried away, they get confused. Look at the results that are on the table. A wise man is convinced by result and evidence, but a fool is deceived by promises and vague words. Our case should not be like that. We should not be a fool. This is why Nigerian politicians have always deceived Nigerians from time to time. They have always confused Nigerians from time to time because they give them ambiguous promises, big promises. They speak big grammar, use big expressions. For them, you understand, at the end of the day, those are just fake promises which they are not going to live up to. You understand? It shouldn't be. It should not be like that. You understand? It should not be like that. Oh.
Reg, can you
Sorry.
shift to
Reg,
another
can
link?
you shift to another link? I was kind of actually distracted. It's okay. I think let me. I'm almost done actually. So what am I trying to say? Let's not be confused. Let's not get confused by people that have nothing to offer. At the end of the day, the likes of Ada, Otimbu, Rasel, Adarere, after they scream, after they do character assassination against people that are fighting for your freedom, you ask them the question, what is their result? How many senators are they speaking to? How many international community? How many people around the world are they speaking to? How many lawmakers can they speak to? You understand? At the end of the day, you realize they have nothing to offer. A wise man is convinced by result and evidence, but a fool is deceived by promises and vague words. I yield the mic here. Thank you very much.
There were.
They won.
Well done, Reg and Free, for your submission. Thank you
Keep
so much.
sharing. Thank you.
Please, it's like only 10 people shared the
Money.
space.
You don't even have
Kindly share
any
the
news
space as you
related.
are joining.
Everybody
Click the share button down there and share the space. Yeah,
anything.
it is very, very important for you to share the space so that others will get the notification and join. I don't want to call names, so now that reminds me, we have a Biafra community X handle. If you look at the people that are in this space, more than half of the people here have not joined that community. Or Guinea, it is free to join. You don't collect a gemma to join the community group. Please go and click the link and join Biafra community. It is free of charge so that you'll be getting updated information. So far as you are a Biafran, you are mandated to join that group. Please try and do so. Yeah, Mary, you have the mic. Please go ahead. Amedi Ugaingbo.
Say song we yama. My princess. Basene Kudion. I just listening to you, eh? Thank you, my love. I just listening to you. Che Biafra, eh? Hey. You see this our queen, eh? If you know they understand, and I be say your ear, Biafra, your ear they block. Oh. I'm telling you the truth. Because you can never have, in short, even in Nigerian school government, Britain, all this lobby, they can never have a lady, a woman, mother, where can, when he want to speak, he want to, how you people, they talk for English. Analysis, you just they put them, one by one, in short, you squinkle them. Till Nigeria, they find waiting to block their ear. They cannot. Because this one will enter them from here to the morale of that their useless brain. And they are crying for where they are. So, my people, God bless you. May God Almighty, may God of Biafra land continue to give you the wisdom to carry on. Because very soon, very, very soon, we are there. Yeah? God will give you the brain, give you the love, give you the strength, give you the knowledge. He will continue to grant it. And so shall he be. He say, because me, Mary, I love you. And I believe that God loves you more. Thank you, Sesonga. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, our ministers, our honorable, our leaders, wherever they are. May God Almighty bless them. Yes, because we are ready. You know, we have head now. We know they move with tail. You understand? Because Biafra have template. Anything in this world have template. And you have to follow it. And when you follow, that is the way you will have strength. When you follow the way of nature, because everything have law. And when you follow in that way, you will see the strength and the grace where you will have self, and you will know that, yes, that is what you're doing is given to you. I'm so appreciate. I'm so happy. Because me, Mary, I've been waiting for this time. What did I mean? To have our prime minister, our leader. Because what he's doing, he acquire leader. He acquire someone who lead, not to say acting. Means that we are still like in form of organization now. He do too long. So he can easily weak you, you know, he can easily, you know, what you're supposed to do. But God Almighty tell him, say, no, enough is enough. Dakada, kenam the right thing, so that everything follow according to the way it's supposed to follow. You understand? Say song our APN, our PN. Say song our Prime Minister, Nkere. I'm appreciated. Good evening. 1 million Massy Simon Ekpa Biafrans. Good evening. Our Massy Okunejemba. Good evening. Reggie and Fully, yeah. Oh, my darling, we love you. Wherever you are, that place, should only God know the kind of man you are. God will pay you according to what you're doing. That is the truth. Good evening, our Nkapuri. Sorry, I beg you, make I not need the name, eh?
You get
Good
them.
evening.
You get like that. You get them.
Let the laugh, give me that, you.
You get them.
Good evening, brother. Good evening, Simon, yeah. Good evening, Eunice. Good evening, our Honorable Mr. Snow, our big brother and friend. Good evening. Good evening, Tochi. Good evening, Ben. Good evening, Biafra Freedom Energy. Good evening, Afentrans. We are so many of
Thank you for sharing. I think Kaimakwana Unakana Nihi Haniku. I may refresh. Yeah, ma'am. Now I will restart it again because thank you for sharing. Day one. Good morning. Happy New Year. Yes, I see you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you.